Hi, welcome back. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you a in-depth fall glam makeup tutorial. This is one that I will actually probably be doing for like my Thanksgiving with my family and stuff. It's a little bit more dramatic than the last fall makeup look that I did. This is kind of like my fall glam, if you want to call it that, but I wanted to show you step by step what I do, so let's get into it. First thing I'm going to do is put my hair up. I just washed my hair, so it's very like blah today, but this is about the makeup, not the hair, so I'm just going to quick pin it back to get it out of my face. And then my chin area is like breaking out so bad right now, so try to ignore that until I get makeup on there to cover it up. But anyway, first thing that I'm going to go in with today is primer, and I'm going to use two primers. I'm going to start with the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. This is the hydrating version, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this and put that all over my face. The next primer I'm going to go in with, which is just on my T-zone and probably around my mouth, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and that's what it looks like. Had this stuff forever, and like I'm just now hitting pan just a tiny bit, but I usually use this just on my T-zone. I don't usually use this primer all over my face, just where I feel like my pores are the biggest. And it really helps with that. Reduce them and just make this area much smoother than if I don't use it. Complexion is next, and I'm going in with my favorite product ever, the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, and I'm using this all over my face. This will be my foundation for today. So I'm going to put that all over. I might need a little extra just because my face is a little bit broken out right now, but we'll blend this out first and then see. I'm using the Refab Beauty dual-ended brush that looks like this. I always use this side to blend out this product. I just feel like it blends it out so good. Bring some down on my neck too. I think that looks pretty good, so I'm not going to go in with any more, but I am going to go in with concealer now. And I'm going to use the Rare Beauty concealer. I don't think it has a name, just Rare Beauty concealer. That's what it looks like. And I'm just going to put that all over my face where I normally apply my concealer. And I'm not using a ton, because this stuff is very full coverage, but just applying it where I normally would. And then I'm going to use my concealer brush right here to blend that all out, all over my face. This pimple that I have down here hurts really bad, so I probably should not be putting any makeup on it, but I need it to be covered up. Take care of it afterwards. But yeah, it's painful. This concealer brush is actually from Amazon, and it's really great. It works amazing, and I've been loving it. Blends the product so well. Moving on to bronzer, I'm also going to use product by Rare Beauty. This is the bronzer stick. That's what it looks like, and mine is in the shade Bright Side. This is one of my favorite bronzer, like cream bronzing products. This bronzer stick is so good, and it blends like butter. It's honestly like one of the creamiest cream bronzers that I've used. I'm going to blend it out with my normal brush, which is this dual-ended e.l.f. brush. And I'm just going to start on my cheeks and then kind of work my way around my face, just blending that in. And like I said, this stuff is so creamy and it's so easy to blend. Like, it takes me like 2 seconds because it just blends like a charm. I honestly love this stuff so much. I don't use it enough and I really should use it more, but it's so good. And for the nose, I'm going to use the small side, just to lightly start blending that out and bring it up into my eye so that all of this area kind of all blends together as one. Now onto blush. I'm using this super pretty berry colored e.l.f. liquid blush. That's what it looks like. This just screams fall to me. It's so pretty. And this stuff is so pigmented. So you need the tiniest amount ever on your face, like literally the smallest amount. Otherwise, like, it'll be all over. I've messed up my makeup a few times using this and I had to like wipe off my like complexion and redo it because I used too much of this. So just use the smallest amount. A little bit goes a long way, I'm telling you. I am just going to put like a dot of this on my cheeks. Literally that much. The smallest amount. And I'm going to build it from here. So if I need to add more, I'll add more, but I'm starting with this. And I'm using my normal brush. See, look at that. That's from that little tiny dot. And it already covers like all of my cheeks. I honestly feel like this is too much. My gosh, okay. Definitely taking some off on the other side. But I'm gonna just start blending this side now to see. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about the other side. I'll try to get that to work, but yeah, this stuff is so freaking pigmented. Like, look at my cheeks. So crazy. Alright, I'm just gonna sit here and blend this until I don't look like a crazy person. Okay, I was able to blend that out without having to redo my makeup. Still looks a little bit dramatic, I feel like, but it's fine. I do like a lot of blush, so I'm just gonna go with it. And I've decided if I ever use that blush again, I'm always going to put it on the back of my hand and like work from there to build it up, because even when I try to use a tiny amount, it's still too much. But anyway, I'm going to go in with setting powder now, and I'm using this one from Milk. And I'm just using a small amount of setting powder. Put a little bit back on this puff, and then I'm just going to put that under my eyes and then on my like T-zone. Mainly everywhere that I put concealer. I'm just gonna lightly set my face just to smooth it out and make it look more flawless. I'm still feeling pale, so I'm gonna go in with some powder bronzer, and I'm using this one from NARS. It's the Laguna bronzer. That's what it looks like. And I'm just gonna take this big fluffy brush and put that all over my cheeks and around my face where I put the like cream bronzer, just to add a little bit more depth and hopefully bring some more color back to my face, because I feel like I'm still looking very pale and I don't like that. That's a little bit better, but I'm going to finish off the complexion with some highlighter, and I'm using this Essence Pure Nude highlighter. Taking my usual highlighter brush, and I'm just going to go in with that on all the high points of my face, but I'm really focusing it up here just to give my face like a very lifted effect using the highlighter and some on my brow bone and nose, of course. Moving on to eyes, we're going to do a really simple brown eyeshadow look, and we are going to incorporate a little bit of shimmer, which is different than what I normally do. I always do brown eyeshadow, but this one I'm changing it up just slightly because this looks a little more glam than usual. So I'm going to go in with my Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palette. That's what it looks like. I recently broke that one, so that made me really sad, but I'm going to take this color right here and use that as my base for the eyeshadow. So I'm just going to take that and start putting that all over my eyelid and in the crease. Now this doesn't have to be too crazy. I already did put the cream bronzer in on the eyelids as well, so that was kind of like the actual base of the eyeshadow look, and then this is kind of just to add some depth to it. Honestly, you could probably skip this step and just use the cream bronzer as a base if you want to keep it really simple, but I'm being slightly extra today, so I'm using this here as like to set the bronzer, I guess you could say. And it adds just a little bit more depth to the crease if you like that sort of eye look. I'm also going to take that same color and just kind of run that underneath the like bottom half of my lower lash line, just to bring that all together. And it just adds depth to the eye look a little bit. But after that, I am going to do some eyeliner using eyeshadow. And I'm going in with this e.l.f. small bite-sized palette. And I'm going to take this dark brown color. If you can see, it's not quite black, it's just a really dark brown. And I'm going to go in with this tiny little angled brush and do like a half wing on the eye before I go in with anything else. So I'm just going to take that and start creating that wing. Now I'm going to go in and do the same thing on the other side. Now to top that all off, I am going to take that same e.l.f. eyeshadow palette and I'm going to go in with this really pretty gold color on this brush. And I am just going to lightly put that all over my eyelid. My dog just came in here. I'm going to do that on the other side as well. And this just creates like a really pretty gold, bronzy eyeshadow look. And it's really simple. You're only using basically 3 products. 2 if you just want to use the bronzer instead of going in with that first brown eyeshadow. So really all you would need is this eyeshadow palette, and it has 2 colors in it already. So, I mean, it can be as simple as you want it to be. And then to end that all off, I'm taking this fluffy brush and I'm just going to blend all of that together just to make sure that it looks as flawless as possible. To finish off the eyes, I'm going to just do my eyebrows really quick. I'm using the e.l.f. Instant Brow Lift Pencil. Just lightly filling my eyebrows in with this, just covering up any bare spots that I have. And then I like to take the other side and just blend it all out. For some reason my camera just was not recording, but anyway, I used the NYX, the brow glue, on my eyebrows, and then I started going in with my mascara. I'm sticking with the brown theme, and I'm using the Essence Lash Princess in the brown shade. And I started doing this eye already, but that's when I realized I wasn't recording. And what I was saying is I'm just going to go in with a lot of mascara because I want my lashes to look really full and more dramatic than usual, because I did more of a dramatic eyeshadow look, and I know this eyeshadow look probably isn't very dramatic for most people, but for me it is. So I want my eyelashes to match that. Lastly, for the final step, we have the lips, and I'm going in with a little bit of like a darker lip today, nothing too crazy, but I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Cream Glide lip liner. This is in the shade Baddest Beige. That's what it looks like. Just a brown, light brown lip liner. And then I'm using the NYX This Is Milky Gloss in the shade Choco Latte Shake to top that off. And that is the color that we're working with. I love this lip product. It smells so good, and it's super glossy, but it has a lot of pigment, so it's not just like a topper, it is like the actual lip product. So I really love that. But anyway, I'm going to go in with the lip liner first and just outline my lips. And then I'm just going to kind of take my finger and blend that out a little bit. Now for the actual lip product, taking that gloss and just filling in my lips with this. It's honestly like pretty close match to the lip liner, but just gives it that like glossy finish. I just did something different with my lips, actually. I changed my mind, but I used the same lip liner. So this same e.l.f. lip liner, I outlined my lips and then I filled them in a little bit with this. And then all I did was top it off with this e.l.f. Squeeze Me Lip Balm, which is kind of like a gloss. And I really like how it's looking. I didn't realize it, but I kind of just like this color as like a overall lipstick, not just a lip liner. So I put that on and I think it looks really cute. So this is a new little lip combo that I just discovered today. Alright, and that completes this makeup look, my fall glam makeup tutorial. This one is just a little bit more dramatic than the one that I did last time, which was more of like a quick and easy fall glam. This one is, I don't know. If you have like a bigger event to go to, this I think is more appropriate for that, but I don't know. You could do this every day if you wanted it. It's not that crazy, but for me, it is. So this is probably what I'm going to wear for Thanksgiving, and if I have any other like events or anything through November, like for work or whatever, I probably would do a makeup look similar to this or this exact one. I think more towards Christmas and those kind of holiday parties, I would switch it up. I should do a makeup video or tutorial on like a holiday party glam. I think I did one last year, but I can't remember. But I think I'm going to do an updated one as well, but this one's still going with the fall vibes, the browns, the nudes, the neutral tones, that all scream fall in my opinion. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!